To start the first period now, Jean Rattel goes to center ice. Nevin on the right wing, Hatfield on the left, Fulford, Kelly, and Shack for the Maple Leafs. Hatfield back to Howell, number 3, ahead to Rattel. He's hit by Stanley. Horton. A pass for Shack. He's got a break on the right side. He shoots, and that was stopped by Jacquemin. Hatfield. A pass for Nevin at center. Shoots it into the Leaf zone offside. All set for the face-off. Goyette, Marshall, and Gilbert now for New York. A long shot by McMahon. The rebound to Horton off Bauer. Jim Horton behind the Leaf net. Got it into the crowd. Face-off in the Maple Leaf zone to the right. Goyette, Gilbert, and Marshall, along with Mike McMahon and Harry Howell. McMahon takes his shot. Bauer steered it off to the side. Gilbert centered it to Goyette. There's his shot. Bauer stopped that. It's clear to Kelly. Kelly comes down over the blue line to center. Over the blue line, took his shot. It goes to the corner. Goyette shot it to Marshall. Marshall flipped it. It hit the boards. Fulford tries to keep it in. Jack ran into Goyette. Stanley takes a long shot, and Jacquemin caught it, giving it to Mike McMahon, number 6. McMahon straight ahead to Goyette. Eddie Jack intercepted his pass. Jack over the line, stopped. Set a pass for Fulford, just failed to click. McMahon coming down the ice at center. Over the Leaf line, Stanley checked him, but it was offside at the Leaf blue line. Coming up for the New York Rangers now and playing at center ice, number 10, Earl Ingerfield. Bill Hickey is number 12 on the right side. Doug Robinson, number 5 on the left. Boyer with Ellis and Selby. Marcel Tonavo went after the puck. Boyer tries to dig it out. Still against the boards. Ingerfield drags it there with a skate. On the face-off, Selby was checked. Puck goes to Bauer. Larry Hillman. For Selby, too hard off the stick. Marcel Tonavo to Wally Boyer. Boyer over the line. Tried to hook it to Ellis. He did. Ellis getting ready to let go. He shoots. Oh, what a great save by Jacquemin from point-blank range. Robinson trying to get out for the Rangers, covered by Ellis. Jacquemin tries it again with a pass to Wayne Hillman. Hickey feeds Nielsen. Pass for Robinson. Larry Hillman steps into him. Ingerfield right on to Boyer's stick. Boyer missed a check from Nielsen. Shot it back into the Leaf zone, and it's Marcel Tonavo back for it. Gets it out over the line. Mahavlich is on the ice. Marcel Tonavo clears it down. Keon out there with him. Nielsen shooting it to Robinson, and Robinson turns with a pass. Up for Rattel, over the line. Takes his shot, and it deflects into the corner. Hillman to Armstrong. Stopped there by McMahon. McMahon trying to get his shot. Marcel Tonavo played it, but not out. The Rangers keep it in the Leaf zone. Larry Hillman to Frank Mahavlich, up to Keon. For Mahavlich, too far. Marcel Tonavo to Keon, trying to get in and around Howell. Howell has him covered, but he shot it behind the net. McMahon covered by Mahavlich. Mahavlich centered it for Keon. And Nevin picks it off. He hit Armstrong with it. Mahavlich to Armstrong. Jammed in on the boards. Keon digs it out. Got it around on the board. Horton lets one go. Score!
Keon. Assist, number 7, Horton, and number 10, Armstrong. The time, 3:40.
New York Rangers fail to get over the leaf line. Alan Stanley for Keon and shot it to an open wing. Knocked back into the corner. Horton is hit by Hatfield. Horton comes up with it, though. Back for Mahavlich's check. Hatfield trying to center it. Cleared by the Rangers behind the Leaf goal. Centered right in front, and it's knocked out over the blue line. Leafs making a change now. Fulford and Shack come on the ice. Fulford intercepted a pass, shot it back into the corner. Howell cleared it around on the boards. Eddie Shack covered by Rattel. Up comes Hatfield for New York to Howell. Howell at center, up over the Leaf line. Takes his shot. Bauer steered it off to the wing. Eddie Shack has it. Ahead to Fulford. Fulford going down over the blue line. Takes a backhand. Jackman made the save and scooped it off to Goyette. Mahavlich races down the ice. Here's Nevin taking his shot. Bauer juggles it for Mahavlich. Hank Mahavlich on the left wing. Back to Stanley. Stanley moves up, takes a long shot, and Jackman stopped it. Jimmy Nielsen. Off the boards for Marshall. He handed it right to Kelly, and Kelly turns at his own blue line. Kelly stops. Long pass to Fulford. Fulford shoots it in. It's stopped by Jackman off the net. Jimmy Nielsen turns for New York. His pass is to Goyette, who comes straight up the center with a pass to Marshall, stopped by Hillman. Brought back by New York. Trying to get the spot to Gilbert. Saved by Marcel Pronovo to Larry Hillman. And Hillman backhands it down the ice. Not going to go fired up, and Wayne Hillman's back for it. Number 2 of New York. His pass to Nielsen is out to Goyette. Goyette over the line outside for Marshall. On the face-off, Goyette back to Nielsen. A long shot. Bauer stopped it. Larry Hillman. Behind the Maple Leaf goal. To Eddie Shack. Shack trying to get it out. Does. Down the left wing. Knocked it into the Ranger zone. Goes behind the net, and Nielsen fears it to Marshall. Stopped by Hillman. There's his shot, and that hit Nielsen's leg. To Gilbert, back to Goyette, ahead to Marshall on the left wing. And Eddie Shack has it. Ran into Nielsen. Was stopped cold. Gilbert gets it out to center ice. Goyette. Over the blue line. Back to Marshall. Marshall took his shot. Bauer stopped that. And Marcel Pronovo has it. Up for Kelly. Tried to go around Wayne Hillman. Too well covered. Gilbert. Pass to Marshall. Shoots the puck into the Leaf zone. The rebound in front of the net. Knocked by Bauer to the corner. Gilbert hands it to Kelly. Kelly failed to get out as he was knocked down. Marcel Pronovo tries to keep it along the board. Kelly does. Gets it ahead to Fulford. Shack coming up on the right side. Fulford shot. Score! All set for the face-off at center ice. Wally Boyer facing off with Earl Ingerfield. Goes back to Horton. Off the boards for Ellis. He races after it. Jackman is way out of the net. Knocked it off to the corner. Robinson feeds the pass for Ingerfield, then for Hickey, but Selby is there. A pass for Ellis, stopped by Mike McMahon. He's checked by Boyer. And Howell. Lost it the first time, flips it in. Bauer to Horton. Cleared it around for Ellis. Goes to Ingerfield, back to McMahon. There's a shot, and that's wide. Shot by Ingerfield. Ends up behind the Leaf goal. Robinson centered it and went over Selby's stick. Wally Boyer missed it. Tries to get it out. Then Stanley races down the left wing with Ellis on his right. Stanley closes in, centered it right in front, and Ellis just failed to get to it. Wally Boyer covered by Robinson. McMahon makes sure of it by clearing it to center. Tim Horton over to Stanley. Off the boards intended for Boyer. Howell has turned around, but Ingerfield gets a chance. A long shot. He scores! Set to go for the face-off. Omlich to Keon. For Armstrong, he's closing in. He shoots, and he's shot wide.
Assist number 3, Howell. The time, 8:33.
Puck is back to Hillman for Keon, covered by Wayne Hillman. Marcel Pronovo shot it. Nielsen then gets it at center. Keon picking it up and leaving it for Mahavlich. Over for Keon on the left wing, and play is called offside.
And I received it.
And about that time, you didn't care what number it
No,
was.
as
It
long
was
as
just
I
the
was with the
crest on the
Leafs. I
front.
was in the National Hockey League, and that's all I wanted.
All right. The Leafs and the New York Rangers were in midway through the first period. Let's go back now to Bill.
Fulford lost the draw. Marshall is in check. Kelly trying to get it out. Brings it up with Shack. A pass for Shack. Shack ran into Howell. And the Rangers come back now. Gilbert with Marshall, Brown, and Goyette. They're over the line. Gilbert got his shot, and that's wide. Fulford off the glass and down the ice. Racing after it is Shack, but Howell's in there well ahead of him. Goes behind the Ranger goal. A pass to Brown. Back behind the net to Howell. It goes to the corner. Howell gets it ahead to Goyette, and Goyette just shoots it in the Leaf zone. That's over the red line. Stanley will touch it, and that's icing. All set for the face-off, the New York Rangers zone. Boyer, Ellis, and Selby on the forward line now. Boyer gets the draw. Marcel Pronovo a shot. Jackman caught it and threw it into the corner. Robinson ahead for Ingerfield, stopped by Marcel Pronovo. Nielsen, check, here's Boyer right in that goal. He shoots it. Oh, and it's underneath Jackman, who was lying on the ice. All set for the face-off. Cleared off the boards. Larry Hillman trying to keep it in. It's cleared out. Marcel Pronovo is there, and he shoots it right back in again. Wally Boyer goes after it. Ellis to Boyer. Boyer is taken out of the play. It's up the center and goes back into the Leaf zone where it's touched by Selby. That's icing. All set for the face-off in the Ranger zone. Up goes back to Jimmy Nielsen. Off to Robinson. He just gets it out over the blue line. Marcel Kronevo to Wally Boyer. He couldn't control it. Bill Hickey. Pass for Robinson. That's offside. On the face-off, back to Nielsen, over to Wayne Hillman, number 2, cleared by Ingerfield, into the Leaf zone, and Larry Hillman back for the Leafs. To Marcel Kronevo. Off the boards for Ellis. He missed it, goes after it again, and gets it. Ellis is jammed against the board. Play is called. Ingerfield, Hickey, and Robinson. There's a shot by Nielsen that's wide. Bauer tipping it to Larry Hillman. He can't get it out. It comes in front of the net. Doug Robinson takes his shot. Another shot. And it goes in the net. Ingerfield. On the face-off, Brown. A pass to Rattel.
New York goal scored by number 10, Ingerfield. Assist number 5, Robinson, and number 12, Hickey. The time 12:44.
Leafs are heading up in their own end. Tim Horton gets it to the blue line, but not out. Gets another try. Rangers keep it in the lead zone, and Armstrong goes after it. Or Keon too far. Here come the Rangers back again as Rattel is hit. Keon can't get it out. Hatfield is checked by Mahavlich. Goes over on the left side. Brown to Hatfield, and Horton gets it out over the line. A pass to Keon. Keon gets in over the line. His shot, and that was stopped by Jackaman. Nevin is checked. Keon getting in front. There's his shot. Right to the doorstep. Armstrong took a whack at it, and Jackaman covered up. All set for the face-off. Here's Armstrong getting a chance for the Leafs. For Keon, he's too well covered. Harry Howell, a pass to Nevin. Over to Hatfield. Hatfield takes a long shot into the Leaf zone. Stanley is back. He's dumped by Rattel. Keon. Shot it for Armstrong. For Keon. And Horton. Up for Armstrong. To Keon, back to Horton to Stanley. For Mahavlich off the stick. Now it's Nevin. Over the line, going in alone is Brown. He shoots, and Bauer stopped that. And the Rangers trying to center it again, and they hold it against the board for a face-off. Face-off in the Maple Leaf zone to the right. Goyette, Gilbert, and Marshall. Wayne Hillman and Jimmy Nielsen. Kopritchak and Kelly, Marcel Kronevo, and Larry Hillman. Here's a chance for Gilbert's shot, and that's wide. Donnie Marshall passing it in front. It's deflected over to Shack. And Koprit gets it out to center. Kelly races after it. Wayne Hillman lost it to Shack. He's closing right in on goal. And he's dumped, and there's going to be a penalty here to Marshall.
New York penalty to number 22, Marshall. 2 minutes for tripping. The time, 14:59.
14:59. Leafs have a man advantage in this first period, playing 6 men to 5. Fulford, Kelly, Shack, Hillman, and Douglas. All set to go. Peters up there with McKenzie to kill off the penalty. Shot out to center ice and down by the Rangers. Larry Hillman back for it. To Kelly. Back to Douglas. Up to Fulford. For Eddie Shack along the right wing. Peters. Watched by Shack. Cleared it to McKenzie, and he wrapped it the rest of the way down the ice. Hillman. To Fulford. With Shack and Kelly. Long shot off the boards. That's missed. Here's Fulford closing in. And his shot hit a skate. Goes back to center. Douglas is there. To Hillman. Back to Douglas. Up for Fulford, too far. Peters gets to it. Cleared into the corner, and Nielsen has it. Nielsen shoots it down the ice. Now Douglas turns. Coming to center. He's checked. Hillman shoots it in. That's stopped by Jackman. He shoots it down the ice. Hello, Carolyn hockey fans in the United States. Phil Hewitt here at Maple Leaf Gardens. The score is tied 2-2 in this first period with 3 minutes and 12 seconds remaining. And the Rangers are short-handed with Marshall in the penalty box. Horton lets his shot go right on. Cleared out by Brown. He races after it. One man back. As Marshall returns, Brown hit Horton. And it hopped over Boyer's stick. Here's a chance for the Rangers. Right in Nevins to the score!
Here's the instant playback. Watch closely now as the Leafs leave Bobby Nevin unguarded in front of Johnny Bauer. Rangers hold it in that Leaf zone. There's Nevin in the clear and gets it by Bauer to put the Rangers in front 3-2. The Leafs started fast tonight. Looked like it might be a one-sided hockey game, but they've been asleep the past 7 or 8 minutes.
They were ahead 2-0, and now
Assist number 19, Rattel. The time, 17:10.
17:10 was the time of Nevin's goal from Rattel. Here come the Rangers again over the line. Cleared out to the wing. Boyer failed to get away. It goes to center ice. Back to the blue line. Howell shoots it to an open wing. Stanley picks it up. Ahead for Mahavlich, and it slides back into the Ranger zone. Jackman lost it to Mahavlich. Getting out in front, he hits Jackman with his drive. Mahavlich again, running into his check. Play is called, and there's going to be a penalty there to Brown and Mahavlich.
Well, it's been quite apparent that the Big M has been in a rather surly mood the past 2 or 3 hockey games. And the Leafs haven't been unhappy with this because they say when he does get a little miserable, he gives the team a lift, as he did in the last 2 occasions, both here and in Montreal. So the Big M draws his first penalty. Number 4 goes in with him.
New York
Arnie
penalty
Brown.
to number 4, Brown. 2 minutes for elbowing. Toronto penalty to number 27, Mahavlich. 2 minutes for Slack. The time, 17:53.
17:53 is the time. Gilbert coming down the ice now for New York. And Horton gets in the way. Stanley tried to get it loose. Keon racing down the left wing with Armstrong. One man back. Keon closed in. He shoots. Jackman made the save. The rebound out in front. Man, there was nobody there. Jimmy Nielsen comes back for New York. Over the line, Horton ran into Nielsen, and Armstrong has it. Off the board, Stanley races after it. A pass for Keon, and Gilbert is there. Then Keon had to go through his skates. Marshall in possession. The New York Rangers have scored 3 unanswered goals after trailing 2-0, and have taken a 3-2 lead in this first period. Keon. A pass for Armstrong. Knocked over to the wing. Gilbert back for it, number 7. Now he starts out for the New York Rangers. Less than a minute to go in the first period. Gilbert was checked by Stanley. To Pulford. Pulford races after it. Nielsen trying to cover him. Pulford centered it. Horton is waiting. There's the shot, and Jackman stopped that. Stanley lets one go. Kelly gets it back to Stanley. Stanley is checking. Martel has a break down the right wing. Trying to get in front. Kelly gets there and scoots it to Bauer. Red Kelly. Up the center. Flipped it through for Pulford. Hit the side of the net. Mike McMahon, number 6, takes over, looks up at the clock, and then shoots a long one down the ice. That's over the red line. Marcel Kronovo touches it, and that is icing with 6 seconds remaining in the first period. Keon, Pulford, 2 by Ingerfield, and 1 by Nevin, the goal scorers in the first period.
Rather a weird first period so far, insofar as the goals are concerned. Keon's was all right, a tip-in from a blast by Horton, but Ingerfield's first goal, well, Johnny Bauer didn't look like the Johnny Bauer we're used to seeing on the play. And Ingerfield came right back with a second effort to tie it up, then Nevin put the Rangers in front.
Brian, the New York Rangers has been coming on ever since about the 8-minute mark.
That's right.
There's a shot by Shack. Kelly tried to get a whack at it. It goes to the boards. Nevin picks it off, and there goes the bell to end the first period. Leafs the north end to my left, and the Rangers the south end to the right. New York 3, the Leafs 2. Coming from behind 2 goals and scoring 3 themselves. Here's Nevin. A shot, and that hit the side of the net. Hadfield raced in for the rebound. It's knocked loose to Horton. Horton, it passed it. Nevin knocks Shack down. There's going to be a penalty there to Nevin for cross-checking Shack.
There's Bobby Nevin going to the penalty box. He's the fellow that gave Shack the nickname Sweet Daddy. Shack has many
New York
nicknames.
penalty to number 8, Nevin. 2 minutes for cross-check. Time 17 seconds.
We'll be talking with Eddie about some of his nicknames during the intermission between the second and third period.
All set for the face-off outside the blue line. It goes back to Douglas. The Leafs with a man advantage, 6 men to 5. Tim Horton in possession. Over his own blue line to center. Takes a long shot. Jackman steered it to the corner. Pulford to Shack. Eddie Shack turns. For Pulford, ran into Howell. They both go down. Kelly is grabbed by Brown. McKenzie shot it, but not out. Douglas keeping it in. A shot goes wide. Eddie Shack took a whack at it. McKenzie backhands it out and down the ice. Now then, Pulford and Brown start mixing it up. Horton coming up the center. Takes a long shot. Jackman caught it. Cleared it. It hit Shack. Shack off the boards. Lets his shot go, and that's wide. Horton moves up. Against the boards, Kelly. Right in front for Shack. Trying to get his shot. Back to Horton. Horton let his shot go. That hit Brown. Kelly back to Horton again. There goes the shot. That's wide. Fulford missed the rebound. Douglas had it over his stick and out to center. Cleared back into the lead zone. Horton goes back for it. To Fulford. Coming down the ice to center. Shot it in behind the net. Kelly after in the corner. Cleared by the Rangers, but not out. Donnie Marshall then starts to bring it out. Up the center. Over the blue line. Takes his shot, and that's wide. Ingerfield. For Nielsen, who couldn't control it. Keon stole it. He's got a breakaway. Right at angle. He sees it score!
Here's the instant playback. The Rangers in no trouble on the power play. And then Keon comes in and steals the puck, as you can see. Now watch him deke Jackman and picks that corner, and he came close to missing the corner. Actually, it just got inside the corner. Probably he was sure of it all the way.
Keon, unassisted. Clear 10.
When you see Keon get a break like that, you often wonder what he's going to do, because he does miss so many on those breakaways.
And for Dave Keon, the second goal of the night, 9 and 10. And the time of the goal officially was 2:10. Unassisted, and it ties it up 3-3. Here's Keon trying to get it again. Ernie Brown. Stopped by Keon. A pass to Mahowitz. He's over the blue line. Waits. Still has it. Goes behind the net. Covered by Howell. Armstrong picks it up. And it deflects off his stick into the crowd.
Well, there have been some strange goals scored here tonight, as you saw, between periods and the videotape highlights of the first period action. Jackman away out of his net trying to stop Keon on that break.
On the faceoff, Brown covered by Mahowitz, who took him to the boards. And Keon and Brown are down. Things up here, well, led by Frank Mahowitz.
Well, I think the Leafs must have recharged their batteries between periods, because they were rather listless in the second half of the first period. There's team captain George Armstrong.
I think they went out for a walk, Brian, after the first two goals. All set to go in front of the faceoff. Keon back to Larry Hillman. He took his shot, and that caromed off the skate and right on the net. Here's Rattel, missing a check from Hillman. A pass for Hadfield, stopped by Armstrong. Armstrong's knocked down from behind. Hillman gives it to Marcel Pronovo, up to Keon. Keon flipped it to an open wing, and Hadfield is there. Hadfield gets it out. Hillman to Pronovo for Armstrong. He didn't see it. Brown back to Howell. Howell hit Nevin. Keon is right there again, buzzing around over at Armstrong, off the back of his skate, offside, because he put himself offside. He played 3 minutes and 13 seconds of the second period. The score is tied, 3-3.
That conversation with Emile Francis between periods reminds me of the time, well, they haven't won in 11 games. Lefty Gomez said, I remember once we lost 14 straight. Then we had a game rained out, and it felt so good we threw a victory dinner.
From the face-off, it's Rattel. A pass ahead to Nevin. He's given a bump by Marcel Pronovo, and it's Armstrong. Failing to get it out. Hatfield is against the boards with Armstrong, and they hold it there for a face-off. Howell. Fulford checked, and Kelly races down the ice. Left it for Kelly. Kelly's over the line. Takes his shot. Jackerman stopped it. Fulford centered it. And there was nobody there. Gilbert handed it right to Kelly. Fulford standing in front of the net, and Jackerman knocked it off to the side. Pass ahead to Goyette. Stopped by Larry Hillman. Here's a chance for Kelly, a shot. Right in front of the net. Kelly another try for Fulford. Brown knocked it off to Gilbert. Gilbert goes behind the Ranger goal, clears it around for Marshall. Stopped by Larry Hillman, and he's sacked. Tries to center it. Marshall now of New York. Bring it down the ice. A long pass for Gilbert. Tries to go around Marcel Pronovo. He's checked from behind and knocked down. Marcel Pronovo ahead to Kelly. One man back. Hooper trying to catch up with him. It's cleared by Howell down the ice, and two Rangers collided and they're hurt. Goyette and Gilbert are both down on the ice after hitting one another.
Well, that was a strange play. Gilbert had control of the puck and was trying to get a snapshot away at Johnny Bauer when he was sandwiched, and about 12 feet away, Goyette is lying on the ice too, number 20 and number 7, and neither of them moved. While the Leafs were rushing up the ice, I glanced back at those two bodies, Bill, and Johnny Bauer seemed very concerned. He came out to see what assistance he might be able to offer. Now Gilbert, of course, he has that bad back anyway, is getting up very slowly. That's number 7, and Goyette, he's still prone on the ice, but Goyette appears to be, or Gilbert rather, appears to be shaking it off. There he is, number 7, skating slowly toward the New York bench.
They're trying to get Goyette up on his feet. Now he's coming around.
Goyette is a real prince of a fellow, of course, a wonderful competitor, a real gentleman in every sense of the word. Phil Goyette, many good years with the Montreal Canadiens before going to New York.
That was certainly quite a collision in front of that Leaf net.
Well, while we have a moment, Bill, next Saturday, well, let's give the out-of-town score first.
Okay, Brian, it's Gilles Tremblay from Henry Richard and Jacques Leperrier at 7:20 of the second period, and Montreal are leading Boston 1-0.
Well, next Saturday, Christmas Day, the Leafs are at home to Chicago. Now, Bill, I know you know the answer to this, but this will give the fans at home something to think about. When was the last time the Leafs were at home on Christmas Day? In other words, when did Christmas last fall on a Saturday? We'll give you the answer, about the third period.
Fair enough, Brian. Well, now we'll have that face-off. Hooper, Kelly, and Shack, Larry Hellman and Marcel Pronovo, Rattel, Hadfield, and Nevin. Back to Jimmy Nielsen. Nielsen got it around on the boards for Wayne Hellman, number 2. Goes back out over the blue line. Rattel over here for Hadfield. Eddie Shack is given a smash and knocked down from behind by Nielsen. And it won't take much to really start something the way they're going now.
They started off. Marcel Pronovo talking with Eddie Shack, who is standing right on the blue line, and Jimmy Nielsen. There goes Shack and Pronovo as Punch Imlach makes changes. Of course, Nielsen can really hand it out. He's improved remarkably since coming into the league with New York. He has a lot more confidence this year than he ever did.
On the face-off, Stanley ahead for Keon. Armstrong tried to get to it. Horton. A pass for Keon, in with Mahavlich, who takes the pass. Tried to relay it to Armstrong. It's cleared to the blue line. Shot down the ice. Hadfield races after it, and he touches it. It's offside.
I wonder if Punch is still as interested in Hadfield now as he was at the beginning of the season. I know he at times expressed some interest in Vic. Number 11, with 1 goal and 4 assists to this point in the season.
We have reached the 6:24 mark of the second period. The score is tied 3-3. Keon, Armstrong, and Mahavlich. Rattel, Nevin, and Hadfield. Nielsen and Wayne Hillman, Horton, and Stanley. And there goes another one into the
Over the fence is out.
That's the east side of Maple Leaf Gardens, the center exit, right where the players' dressing rooms are. Goes back to Stanley, over his stick to Horton. Tried to clear it. Armstrong for Mahavlich. A pass for Keon, right in and goes. He scores! That was a good play. The Leafs showing a lot of class with this one. Horton. Army with the puck. Now watch the pass to Keon, and watch this fake. A great play by Davy Keon. Ryan, that's the hat trick for Mr. Keon. The Big M set him up perfectly.
Goal scored by number 14, Keon. Assist, number 27, Mahavlich, and number 10, Armstrong. The time, 6:40.
6:40 is the official time. Keon's third goal of the night, the hat trick, and his 11th of the season. Howell takes a long shot. Horton back for the rebound. He's checked by Hickey, who's dumped. There's a shot, he scores! Ingerfield gets his third goal.
And once again, the Leafs can be accused of some sloppy play around their own net. It gets in behind Johnny Bauer, as you'll see here on the playback, and the Rangers punch away at it, and in it goes.
That's Ingerfield's 9th of the year.
New York goal scored by number 10, Ingerfield.
And his third of the night.
Assist, number 12, Hickey. Time, 7:02.
7:02 is the time. Score is tied, 4-4. Marcel Pronovo fell. A long shot for Ingerfield, and Bauer cleared it, but not out. Hillman knocked it out. The Rangers cleared in offside. Boyer to Hillman. Marcel Pronovo ahead to Selby. Over for Ellis. Ellis turns. He gets over the line. Takes his shot. Boyer lets one go. Hit the goal post. Ellis right in front. Selby missed it. Cleared out the center. Selby clearing it back. Howell gets it up to Robinson. Robinson down the left wing over the line. Centered it. Marcel Pronovo cleared it to the blue line, but not out. Howell keeps it in. Marcel Pronovo then clears it out. Howell off the boards for Hickey. Here's Hickey getting his chance. Oh, a shot. Oh, and that just went by the corner. Marcel Pronovo shot it, but not out. Howell keeps it in to Goyette. Centered it right in front, and the shot goes wide. Hillman up to Selby. Too far, Arnie Brown breaks it up. Clearing pass to Gilbert to Goyette. Goyette closes in with a shot, and that's wide. He gets it again. It goes to the corner. Wally Boyer. Had it to the blue line. At center, Marshall. A pass for Gilbert, and Marcel Pronovo goes back. Bearing it to Hillman. Hillman lost it to Marshall. Then it's Ellis coming up with Kelly. To center. Ellis over the line. And it's offside. Kelly on the left wing.
Ronnie Ellis skating the lead bench, and for a couple of fellas who were unconscious on the ice about 3 minutes ago, Goyette and Gilbert are showing amazing recuperative powers. They were really flying out there.
Score is tied, 4-4. Nielsen hit by Shack. Now then Goyette to Marshall. And Gilbert is knocked down by Shack. Played into the corner. Douglas knocked it off the boards. Played back to the blue line. Here's a shot, and it's reflected wide of the Leaf goal. Now then Pulford clears it down the ice. There's a race for it. Kelly gets a hold of it, but it's offside. They played 9 minutes and 26 seconds of the second period. It's a 4-4 tie. Pulford knocks the puck to center ice. Jimmy Nielsen clears it right back in again. Bauer stopped it to Douglas, ahead to Kelly. For Pulford, it goes off his skate down the ice, and Nielsen is back for it. He hits Shack. Shack races after it. Kelly tried to help him out. Gilbert of New York tried to go through, and Stanley has it. Stanley. Play is called, and there's going to be a penalty here to the Leafs. Douglas.
Well, now we get a chance to see if New York can get a go-ahead goal here.
Penalty to number 19, Douglas. 2 minutes for interference. The time is 9:52.
Andy Bathgate has scored again for Detroit from McDonald at 12:07 of the second period, and it's now Detroit 3, Chicago nothing. Douglas interference at 9:52, and it's Pulford along with Kurtenbach. Still off the penalty, Rattel, Hatfield, Nevin, Gilbert, and Howell. Pass to Harry Howell. Back to Gilbert. He's coming up the center. There's his long shot. Bauer stopped it. The rebound to Larry Hillman and Pulford. Larry Hillman didn't see it, then gets a hold of it the second time, knocking it down the ice. Deckerman comes out of his net as Kurtenbach is back quickly into the Ranger zone. To Gilbert, to Bob Nevin. Bob Nevin over on the wing to Gilbert. Coming up the center. Takes a long shot. Bauer stopped it. Pulford the rebound off the boards, but not out. Bob Nevin closes in. There's his shot, and that was off Bauer. Howell centered it again to Nevin. Gets away from Kurtenbach to Gilbert. There's the shot. Bauer knocks it, and it hit Kurtenbach. Kurtenbach coming down the ice to center. Over the line. Trying to go around Howell. Nevin hands it to Kurtenbach again of the Leafs. And then Gilbert picks it off. 45 seconds left on the penalty to Douglas. Boyer comes out along with Keon. Now it's Rattel over the Leaf line. He hit Boyer, and Keon has it. Keon trying to get away, kicks it down the ice, goes after it. And Howell's there first. Shoots it around on the boards for Hatfield. Passed it down the ice. Bauer lets it go. Marcel Pronovo picks it off. Shot it to center ice. Keon for Boyer. Over the line. Boyer races into the corner. Ridden off by Hatfield. Howell feeds a pass to Gilbert. Coming up the center. Over the line. Douglas is on the ice. And
Jimlack between periods tonight. Not going to tell you who.
All set for the face-off outside the blue line. Jimmy Nielsen a long shot. Bauer steered it into the corner. Horton trying to bring it out. Marshall had him covered, but he gets it to Keon and Armstrong. Back to Keon. Shoots it into the Ranger zone. It ends up behind the net. Wayne Hillman cleared it along the board. Stanley tries to keep it in. Armstrong does. To Stanley. Tried to center for Keon. Marshall knocked it off to the wing. Gets it up over the blue line. Keon checks McKenzie, who ran into Keon, and Armstrong shot it into the Ranger zone. Cleared off the boards for Marshall. Up to McKenzie at center. McKenzie waits. Back to Goyette for Marshall. Centered it across in front, and Horton picks up the rebound. Ahead for Armstrong. For Keon. He drags it over the line. McKenzie and Mahavlich with their sticks up high. And there'll be penalties there.
That's the second for the Big M. And we mentioned before, he's been in a surly mood of late. And for those of you who follow the progress of the ex-Leafs now with Detroit, Bathgate now has 11 goals for the Red Wings. And we heard today, Bill, that Billy Harris is headed back to Toronto, and he's going to take a few days and
New York penalty to
consider
number
retirement.
14, McKenzie. 2 minutes for high stick. Toronto penalty to number 27, Mahava. 2 minutes for high stick. Time 12:54.
12:54, high sticking penalties. Ellis trying to center it. He's up there with Selby. Arnie Brown comes down the ice for New York to center. Shoots it in. Bauer stopping it. Clearing it to Ellis. Ellis over to Stanley. He's moved up with Selby. Shot all the way down the ice, and it'll be called for icing.
I don't know whether the folks at home heard me over the PA, but I mentioned Billy Harris was considering retirement, Bill, rather than go to the minor leagues. Of course, this number 15, which is Billy Harris's old number, Wally Boyer, has certainly captured the imagination of the Toronto fans. Punch has a tough decision there.
But I guess most coaches think it's very enviable to be able to make that kind of decision.
I suppose.
From the face-off, back to Howell. His shot goes to the corner, and it's Tim Horton with it. The score is tied, 4-4. Horton is dumped, gets back up on those skates, coming down the right wing, over the line with Ellis. Takes a backhand. Jackaman caught it, cleared it behind the net into the corner. Ellis tried to center it, went down. Ingerfield let it go right in front of his own net. Howell hits the side of the goal. Ellis gets behind it, trying to center it. Brown hits him, then Ellis is dumped by Ingerfield, and play is called. There's going to be a penalty here to New York. Harry Howell seemed to have his elbow up, Brian.
Well, there were a lot of elbows up, and there have been since this period started. These players really bouncing each other around. The Rangers can be accused of some sloppiness in front of the goal there.
To number 3, Howell. 2 minutes for elbowing. The time 13:50.
13:50 is the official time of the elbowing penalty to Harry Howell. That means the Rangers are 2 men short, and the Leafs 1. They're playing 5 men to 4. And it's Poker, Keon, Douglas, and Kelly. Back to Kelly, over to Douglas. There goes the shot. And Jackman stopped that. Keon tried to get the rebound. He did to Pulford. Nevin shoots it out, goes after it himself. Still has it, rags it, gets away from Pulford. Still ragging the puck. Gets it back to Nielsen, and Nielsen shoots it down the ice. Neat bit of stick handling by Bob Nevin. Red Kelly. Back to Keon. Over the line of Pulford. Back to Douglas. To Pulford. Closing in. Here's the shot. Jackaman juggles it, holds on to it, and there'll be a face-off.
Well, Bobby Nevin put on quite a stick handling show, and I think everybody appreciates that, Bill. The youngsters don't often get a chance to see a fella rag the puck. The old-timers, of course. That's the way they did it in the old days. Sometimes a fella could go a minute and a half. Nobody could get the puck away from him. I speak like a graybeard, don't I?
I agree with you 100%, Brian. That was definitely a pretty bit of stick handling. It's nice to see it every once in a while. All set to go. Goes to the corner, the puck. Pulford digs it out, coming from the side. Back to Douglas. There goes the shot, and that missed the net. Wayne Hillman is hit by Keon. Marshall holds it there. No further play, and they'll do it again. And penalties to Mahavlich and McKenzie have about 4 seconds left to go. Howell's penalty came at 13:50. We have 5 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the second period. The 4-4 tie. Now ready to go. It goes to Wayne Hillman. He hit the referee. Here's a chance for Keon. Back to Douglas. Douglas fakes a shot, coming right in, pass to Keon. Keon waits, still has it. Chased off by Nielsen. And play is called.
But you know, with Keon and Ingerfield both with 3 goal efforts tonight, it'll be interesting to see if either of them or both of them can match Bobby Hull's 4-goal performance of the other night. Maybe even 5 or 6 the way these teams are putting them in there tonight. This is a goaltender's nightmare so far.
They're certainly left on their own tonight. All set to go. Leafs have a man advantage. Howell is still in the penalty box. Has about 43 seconds remaining in his penalty. Armstrong faked the pass to the blue line. Back for Keon. Larry Hillman cleared it for Douglas. Mahavlich beat him to it. Douglas cleared it back to Mahavlich. Mahavlich still has it. A pass for Keon. And Mahavlich and Brown with their sticks up high. And they're going off.
Big M has spent almost as much time on this side of the rink as he has on the other.
Penalty to number 4, Brown. 2 minutes for high stick. Toronto penalty to number 27, Mahavlich. 2 minutes for high stick. Time 15:25.
Leafs have the man advantage. 5 men to 4. There's the score. New York 4, Toronto Maple Leafs 4. Here's Larry Hillman. A shot. That's wide. Armstrong trying to get the rebound. Keon went after it. Nielsen and Armstrong are all tangled up. And there's going to be a penalty here to Armstrong. .36 is the time of the tripping penalty to Armstrong. So they're four-side. Boyer up to center. Tried to go through, lost the puck to Wayne Hillman. Got it back into his own zone. Howell is on the ice. Now the Leafs are shorthanded. New York Rangers with a man advantage. 5 men to 4. Here's Jimmy Nielsen over the line. Back to Nevin. He lost it. Boyer gets a hold of it. Shooting it down the ice. Fulford comes out to replace Boyer. Pass to Rattel. Rattel down the left side over the blue line. Trying to go through. Does. Took his shot. Bauer stopped it. The Ranger players went after it. Howell has it inside the Leaf zone. Stanley fell. Gilbert lets his shot go, and Bauer caught it and threw it off to Fulford. Bob Fulford shoots it down the ice. Howell starting out. Pass ahead to Gilbert. Gilbert over the blue line with Rattel. That's offside. 3 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the second period. A 4-4 tie.
There's Jean Rattel. He's the boy that Rod Gilbert brought to training camp when they were both playing junior hockey.
Howell over to Gilbert, over the blue line. His back pass to Horton on the skate. Gilbert then a long pass for Howell. Howell closes in. There's his shot. Bauer got a piece of it. Bob Nevin knocked down by Fulford. The puck is against the boards, and they finally hold it there for a face-off. 4 seconds left in the penalties to Brown and Mahavlich. And about 15 left for George Armstrong. Score is tied 4-4. On the face-off, Marshall back to Gilbert. Over here to Howell. Back for Goyette. And now then Mahavlich is on the ice with Fulford. Got it into the Ranger zone. Brown will touch it. Play goes right on. Now then Armstrong is on the ice. Gilbert coming down to center. A long shot is wide. Armstrong off the boards and out. Kurtenbach is now out for the Leafs. Mahavlich also, along with Armstrong. Stanley for Kurtenbach. Tried to deflect it for Mahavlich. It's Kurtenbach getting in on the left side, but they call it outside.
Well, the Big M had his foot just on the far side, or the New York side of the blue line. One player not dressed for New York tonight is Louis Angotti, quite a favorite here in Toronto, and also a tremendous favorite, it turns out, in New York. He has replaced Lou Fontinato as the Italian favorite in Madison Square Garden.
On the face-off with 1 minute and 55 seconds, Ingerfield was hit by Marcel Pronovo, then Fritz Selby stepped in front of him. Now it's Wayne Hillman waiting for his teammates to get onside. Back into the lead zone, Larry Hillman fails to get it out. Peter Stemkowski to Ron Ellis. Ron Ellis trying to get away. Jimmy Nielsen broke it up. Nielsen gets his shot. That's wide. It's right in front for Ingerfield, and he shot wide. Hillman, a long pass for Ellis. They were checked. Robinson, covered by Marcel Pronovo. Selby. High to feed Stemkowski, who's out for the first time in the game. Puck is back in the Ranger zone. Ellis stepped into Ingerfield. Stemkowski turning. Shoots it into the Ranger zone. Ackerman giving it to Nielsen. Less than a minute to go in this second period. Selby clears it back into the New York Rangers zone. Ingerfield is hit by Stemkowski and goes down. Back comes Hickey for New York. Checked by Marcel Pronovo. Robinson keeps it in, only to hand it to Larry Hillman. Pass for Selby too far. Wayne Hillman's pass. Stemkowski breaks it up. Left it there. Larry Hillman trying to get it loose, and Hickey comes back for New York. 25 seconds remaining. A pass for Wayne Hillman. Shot it into the corner. Larry Hillman had it come out in front. Here's Ingerfield with a shot. That hit somebody. Hits Ingerfield again with it. Going behind the net, trying to center it. He did to Hatfield. There's his shot. It hits Stemkowski, and Selby. That shoot took down the ice. 5 seconds left. 4 as Arnie Brown touches it, and it's called for a face-off in the lead zone. And Earl Ingerfield came awfully close for number 4.
Well, you know, he's had quite a success story. He did a lot of fancy stick handling around the net there. There was a time, though, he felt like giving up pro hockey. He didn't do too well in his first trial with New York. Eddie Shore didn't play him too much at Springfield, but he's persevered, and now he's one of the brightest stars in the NHL.
4 seconds remaining in this second period as we get set for the face-off. Rattel, Hatfield, and Nevin. Kelly picks it off. Just clears it out to center, intended for Eddie Shack as the bell goes. Referee Bill Friday drops the puck. Mike McMahon gives it to Rattel. It hits Shack. Now then Rattel comes down, lost it to Kelly, who just put it back at center. Howell takes a long shot. It's offside. Hatfield well inside the blue line on the far wing.
Before we precipitate any arguments at home that might be devastating in nature, I think I'd better give you the answer now. The next time Christmas falls on a Saturday will be 1971. I'll bet a lot of them figured it out, too.
All set to go now for the face-off. Fulford flipping the puck into the Ranger zone. Nielsen going back for it. Fulford after him. Goes to Wayne Hillman. He's checked by Kelly. The puck into the corner. Rattel is given a bump. Shack keeps it in. Took a backhand. Kelly tried to get to it. Stanley took a whack. Nielsen had it hop over his stick, and Hatfield takes over. Long pass to Rattel. Stopped by Fulford. Rattel gets it again. To Nevin. Into the lead zone. Bauer out of the net. Shot it off the boards. Tim Horton starts out. Coming to center with Kelly. Over the line, and Kelly put him offside by going in, while Horton made a zig at that blue line and went to the right side. So we'll have a face-off outside the blue line called by linesman Brent Castleman. The other linesman is John D'Amico. It was 3-2 New York at the end of the first period. New York outshot the Leafs 18-14. And in the second period, the Leafs outscored New York 2-1. They'll end up in a 4-4 tie. And New York outshot the Leafs 11-10. On the face-off, it's back to Harry Hillman, a long shot into the corner. McKenzie shot it out again. Hillman takes another long shot, and Jackman caught it. Harry Howell getting away from Britt Selby, coming up to his own blue line to center. A long shot, Bauer stops it. Ron Ellis is knocked into the board. There's going to be a penalty here to McKenzie. Selby behind the net. Trying to bring it out. He's dumped. Play is called, and a penalty here to McKenzie. The first penalty in the final period.
There's John McKenzie, former Chicago Blackhawk, now with the Rangers, going to the penalty box. Twelve penalties in the hockey game to this point.
New York penalty to number 14, McKenzie. 2 minutes or 4 seconds. The time, 1:33.
A boarding penalty at 1:33 gives the Leafs a man advantage. Keon Mahavlich and Armstrong, Douglas, and Hillman. Here comes Hillman on a pass from Keon, back for Keon. It ends up behind the net. Nevin is checked by Armstrong and knocked it back there. Howell checked by Mahavlich, gives it to Armstrong, back to Douglas. Here's the shot that just missed the target. Hillman for Armstrong. He knocks it into the corner. Armstrong trying to center it. Engerfield picks it up, coming out for New York. A long shot, and Bauer let it deflect off the stick to the glass. Douglas gets to center. Pass for Keon over the line. Back to Douglas. His shot is wide. Hillman cleared it around on the boards. Wayne Hillman back for New York. Played it, but not out. Douglas to Keon, to Mahavlich, and he banned on his shot. Armstrong to Keon for Mahavlich. The save's good!
Here's the instant playback as the Leafs hem the Rangers into their own zone. The Big M fans on that shot, but Army shows good chasing here, and watch this one, right through the legs and into the net after Keon passed it out to Frank Mahavlich. The Leafs lead it 5-4. Big M is still muttering about missing that first shot.
Auto goal scored by number 27, Mahavlich. Assist, number 14, Keon, and number 10, Armstrong. Time, 2:36.
The official time is 2:36. And the Leafs lead it 5-4. Here's New York now coming back up the center ice. Wayne Hillman up over the Leaf line, checked by Horton. Horton can't get it out. Horton tries again. It's against the boards. Finally, it goes out to Pulford. Pulford is checked by Jimmy Nielsen. Goyette to Marshall with Gilbert on his right. Here's a flip shot. Bauer had to stop it. Pulford is there, but covered by Goyette. And the Rangers in the Leaf zone. Pulford shot it behind the net, and it's Alan Stanley. For Shack, too hard. Jimmy Nielsen passing it at center, and Gilbert has to go back for it, number 7. Turning, a pass up to Marshall. Marshall over here to Goyette, over the blue line. He left it there, and Kelly has it. Tried to slip it ahead for Pulford. Kelly is covered. It's hooked by Goyette to an open wing. Gilbert, watched by Shack. Jimmy Nielsen hits Shack with a shot, and it comes over to Marshall, clearing it into the Leaf zone. Gilbert handing it to Pulford. Clears it around Eddie Shack. Eddie Shack coming up the center. Takes a long shot. Ackerman made the save. Kelly moves up. Pass for Pulford. He didn't see it. It was behind him. Goyette to Gilbert. Pulford flipping it back to Horton. Went off the stick. Gets it out again. Arnie Brown. Back for the Rangers, over the Leaf line. Took his shot and hit Stanley. Stanley flips it down the ice. Marshall racing after it. Shack chasing him. It's cleared off the boards to Brown at center. Goes back to his own blue line. Ahead to Gilbert. Right on to Wally Boyer's stick. Horton clearing it out. Boyer just failed to get away. Ellis knocked it high. Brown gets it with his glove. Over the line for Rattel. There's the shot. Bauer stopped it. And Wally Boyer feeds the pass to Stanley. Over here to Selby. They race over the line with Boyer. Back to Stanley. Shoots. Jackson made the save. And Selby knocked Boyer down. Back comes Rattel. Up the center. Over to Gilbert. Over the line. Gilbert passed it back, and Selby has it. Selby with Boyer. Bearing it into the Ranger zone. Nielsen touches it, and that's icing. This game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in favor of the Maple Leafs.
Punch Imlach pacing behind the Leaf bench. Alan Stanley, who almost scored on a blistering shot just moments ago.
On the faceoff, it's cleared down the ice. Ron Ellis races after with Nielsen. Puck goes loose. Selby takes his shot. It was knocked down. Nevin checked by Boyer. Cleared off the boards for Larry Hillman. He poked it out in front, and Rattel tries to get away with Hatfield. Selby skated him off. Bauer into the corner to Marcel Pronovo's check. Hillman covered by Rattel. No further play.
Fritz Selby took 6 stitches in the game here the other night. Bill, as you recall, 3 just under the lip and 3 inside. That makes 24 stitches for Britt in 17 hockey games. But one thing he can claim that very few hockey players in the league can claim, he still has all his own teeth.
Okay, Brian, we're all set for the face-off. Picked off by Alan Stanley. To Horton. Odlich. Back for Horton. Horton wraps it down the ice to center. Now then Armstrong nearly got loose. Rangers shoot it back. Horton to Armstrong with Mahavlich, and Mahavlich just failed to get away. Armstrong waits for his teammates to get back on side. He takes a long shot that's wide. Bob Nevin goes back. Clears it off the boards for Hatfield. Hatfield ahead to Nevin. Back into the lead zone, and Horton has it. Armstrong let it go out over the line. Jimmy Nielsen waits for his teammates to get on side. Rattel tried to slip it through. There's going to be a penalty here to the Maple Leafs. And now the Rangers will have their big chance to get that equalizer as Tim Horton is coming to the penalty box.
Toronto penalty to number 7, Horton. 2 minutes more tripping. The time 6:43.
Nesterenko has scored from Bobby Hull at 13:42 of the final period. It's now Detroit 3, Chicago 1.
That assist for Hull vaults him into a first-place tie with Bobby Russo in the scoring race.
And from the faceoff, it's Howell now to Gilbert for Nevin. Curtin back. Failed to pass to Pulford. Gilbert gets it over to Marshall. To Goyette. Curtin back. Races after it. Nevin beat him to it. Then Curtin back along the board. Kicks it to Marcel Pronovo. To Curtin back. It gets away from him. Gilbert lets the shot go. And Fowler missed it the first time. And it just went past the open corner as he stepped out of the net. We're at the 7-11 mark of the final period. 5-4 for the Maple Leafs. Marcel Pronovo facing off with Goyette. Back to Gilbert. There goes the shot. It hit Hillman. Hillman makes it down the ice. And it went over his stick. He gets it again. Takes a long shot. Hillman thought he had a breakaway there, but it hopped right over his stick. Now it's Harry Howell coming back down the ice for New York. Pass to Gilbert over the line. Nevin was at least 3 strides over the blue line in advance of the puck carrier.
Of course, the season's greeting signs are painted on the ice at center ice, and I'll wager that Hillman will take a close look to see that the paint isn't raised just a bit because the puck bounced about 3 inches in the air and his stick went right under it. Naturally, the ice is perfectly level at that point.
Goyette, Nevin, Marshall, Howell, and Gilbert. Johnny Marshall got it into the corner. Bauer out of the net. Marcel Pronovo there first. He fell. The puck goes loose to Marshall. Centering it back to Howell at Gilbert. He's getting set. Had to shoot it into the corner. Marcel Pronovo is down on his back. Puck is kept in by Howell. Over to Marshall. Centered it. Howell shoots it. Bauer made the save. Upright gets a hold of it. Cleared it out. Down the ice he goes. Gets into the clear. Right in on goal. He shoots. Howell knocked the lead player off stride, and back comes Nevin. Over the line for the Rangers. Trying to go in, and Stanley poked it off to Kurtenbach. Kurtenbach tries to hold it against the boards. He does. Keon has scored 3. It goes to Armstrong. Horton is on the ice. Armstrong tried to get by Nielsen. Wade back into the lead zone, and Douglas ran into the Ranger player Hickey, and it's Horton coming out with Keon. A pass for Keon. Wayne Hillman broke it up, but Stanley moves up. A pass for Mahavlich. Mahavlich getting in on the wing. Pass it back for Horton. He took his shot. Keon tried to get to it. The Rangers bring it back. Hickey. Pass over to McKenzie's over the blue line. And he has a heavy check from Stanley. Tried to center it. Stanley can't get it out. Ingerfield centered it right in front of the net. And it goes to Mahavlich. He rolls it out. Wayne Hillman knocked it back in again, and Horton has left it there, and it's the delayed whistle called for a face-off outside the Maple Leaf blue line. 10 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the game.
The Rangers making a change. There's Johnny Bauer. Boy, he's had his work cut out for him the past few minutes, adjusting a glove. Billy Hickey back in the lineup for the New York Rangers. He led them in the fall training camp with 13 points, and then he suffered pneumonia and has been out quite some time.
On the face-off, back to Marcel Pronovo, ahead for Selby. Howell to Brown, ahead for Hatfield. Cleared it behind the Leaf goal, Marcel Pronovo. He just shoots it down the ice. Brown touches it, that's icing. That's the final score from Detroit. The Detroit Red Wings 3, the Chicago Blackhawks 1. All set to go, Rattel, Hatfield, and Nemeth. Howell and Brown. Howell took a backhand. Larry Hillman and Hatfield were fencing a little bit. Now then Ron Ellis. Straight up the center. Got it over the line. Dumped by Brown. Face-off will be outside the blue line.
Two close friends talking to each other there. Britt Selby and Ron Ellis. Played a lot of junior hockey together.
On the face-off, Howell shoots it out. Larry Hillman to Wally Boyer. His backhand is right on. Yakima to Harry Howell. Ahead to Hatfield. He's checked. Ellis covered by Rattel. Gets it again. He's knocked down by Brown. Boyer centered it right in front, and there's a penalty to Brown.
One lesson to be learned from that: if you're going to wrestle an opponent to the ice, please don't do it within 12 feet of the referee.
New York penalty number 4, Brown. 2 minutes for hold. The time 10:30. .10:30 is the time of the holding penalty.
It's Keon, Mahavlich, Armstrong, Hillman, and Douglas. Hillman took his shot. Mahavlich, another one, right across the open corner. Back to Hillman. His shot ends up in the corner behind the net now. Keon trying to center it. Gets it to Mahavlich. Mahavlich shot it back for Hillman. Hillman took his shot. Keon gets around Nielsen. Getting right in front to Mahavlich. Oh, and Jackelman down on his knees. Held it out. Kenzie and Mahavlich mixing it up.
Keon made a great move to get that puck in front, and I thought Mahavlich played it well. He waited that split second for Jackelman to go down, and he tried to lift it up and over, but of course he didn't quite have his balance, and Jackelman was there waiting.
Well, now we're all set to go again. The Leafs have a man advantage. Keon got the draw. Mahavlich hit Howell. Keon picks it up. Back for Douglas, and it ends up on Nevin's stick. To Rattel. Tried to go through, and Keon gets back. Keon to Hillman. Ahead to Keon. He fell. Armstrong follows up. Shot it into the corner. Mahavlich went after the rebound. Armstrong tries to dig it out. Howell has him jammed against the boards. Keon gets the puck loose. Getting in front. Right to Mahavlich. Shot. Now then Keon again for Armstrong. Nevin trying to get it out. Keon tries to dig at it. Mahavlich goes after it with Nevin. Armstrong picking it off to Hillman. Hillman took his shot. It hit Keon's stick. It's left right in front of the net. And the Rangers with Rattel shoot it down the ice. 30 seconds left. And the penalty to Ernie Brown. Larry Hillman to Bob Pulpit. To the Ranger line. Tried to go in. Eddie Shack waits. Takes his shot. Jackelman made the save. Kelly tried to get it. Eddie Shack has it again. Getting in front. Takes the shot. Goal! Pulpit.
Here's the playback. Pulpit taking that puck into the corner. Shack gets one shot away. It bounces high in the air. Now watch this move in the corner as he manages to get the shot in. And let's see, was it tipped or did it go all the way, Bill?
Hard to tell. Well, we'll wait for it officially, Brian, but it appeared as if Pulpit changed the direction of the puck.
Scored by number 20, Pulpit. Assist, number 23, Shack. Time 12:23.
Well, the goal was for Pulford, but the cheers were for Shack.
Toronto Maple Leafs 6, the New York Rangers 4. Round to Howell. A long shot. Bauer stopping it. Eddie Shack. He gets it out over the blue line. Harry Howell. Back in again. Same spot. Eddie Shack. This time it's checked. Here's Marshall trying to get it to Gilbert. And then went sliding by the open corner. Bob Pulpit back. Came out in front. Stanley knocked it off to the wing, but not out. Rangers keep that pressure on. The puck goes high. Howell batting it with his glove. And it'll go back into the Ranger zone.
Toronto Sports Radio, the Fan 590.
It's here. Any size pizza.
Pulpit facing off with Goyette. Kelly moved into the circle. Kick to the wing. Back to Stanley. His shot is wide. Howell shoots it around on the board. Horton lets one go. Right on the corner. Goal judge put the light on, but it didn't go in. That hit the goalkeeper. No question about that one. Kelly Gets it out over the line. Laid over on the wing to Marshall. Horton gets it back at center. And Howell goes back to the blue line. Pass ahead at center to Goyette to Gilbert. He's over the line. Had it on his stick and lost it. Stanley couldn't get it out. Kelly. Checked from behind by Gilbert. He handed it right to Horton. Horton and Shack down together. A pass for Pulford. Going in with Shack. Dick is scored! Way back. Prettiest goal of the night coming up. Horton. Instrumental in getting this good pass over to Pulford. A great pass, and watch the return pass to Shack, and bango, it's right in there. Picture play from the Leaf blue line right into the New York goal crease. Eddie Shack from Pulford and Horton. 11 goals scored so far.
Toronto goal scored by number 23, Shack. Assist, number 20, Pulford, and number 7, Horton. The time, 13:54.
13:54, Eddie Shack. His 11th of the season from Pulford and Horton. And Pulford at 12:23 from Shack was his 12th of the year and his second of the night.
Whether you're a Leaf fan or a Ranger fan, you've got to appreciate the beauty behind that one.
He's ran and spun the face-off. Here's a chance for Rattel to Nevin. Selby thrown into the boards. It came out in front of the net. Boyer is hit hard by Hatfield. Still in the Leaf zone. Hillman for Marcel Pronovo, and Selby gets it out over to the line, but not out. Then Boyer ran into Hatfield. And Boyer and Hatfield mix it up.
Well, we've had everything else. Why not a little scrap?
Had more of a wrestling match, Brian, eh?
Well, this Boyer is a tough cookie. He's a little fellow, 160 pounds, but a real tough scrapper.
Well, this game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. Well, the two of them are coming to the penalty box now, Hatfield and Boyer.
They say that Boyer backed down from nobody in the American League, but he picked a pretty good-sized customer in Vic Hadfield. He's
one of the toughest in the league. Vic Hadfield has always been a very rugged left winger, and he certainly will.
Number 11, Hatfield. 2 minutes for roughing and 2 minutes for fighting. Toronto penalty to number 15, Boyer. 2 minutes for roughing and 2 minutes for fighting. The time, 14:33.
14:33 is the time, and they both got 4 minutes. Keon went for a slide. Ingerfield comes into the Leaf zone. Here's a pass to McKenzie, closing in with a shot, and that's deflected over the glass, just short of the end blue, the south end to my right.
Well, McKenzie tried to make sure and hesitated that split second that often costs a goal.
5 minutes and 3 seconds remaining. The last scoring play, Eddie Shack from Bob Pulford and Tim Horton at 13:54. On the face-off, back to Tim McMahon. He's checked, and it's Kurtenbach down with Stemkowski. Over the line for Kurtenbach, trying to cut in, shot it across in front. Ingerfield knocking it to the boards. It came out in front, and McMahon comes again. To McKenzie. There's a shot. Bauer stopped it, nearly broke his stick. Horton for Kurtenbach was knocked down by Mike McMahon. Here's a chance for Stemkowski. A shot, and he just missed the corner. Kurtenbach to Horton. To Kurtenbach. Missed the check, still has it, goes over the line, closes in, took his shot, and that went to the corner. Kenzie. And Mike McMahon is coming out over his own blue line. Long pass, Kurtenbach is there. Now then, Stanley and Kurtenbach. Kurtenbach going over the line, takes his shot. Yakima made the save. Stemkowski raced in after it. Now it's Pulford out there. Not for Marshall. Over the line with McKenzie. Gets around Pulford, takes his shot, and it deflects to the corner. Horton clearing it out. Pulford races after it. He goes over the line, takes his shot, score!
Well, here's the instant playback. Starts in the lead corner. Again, Horton is instrumental, and watch Pulford as he races for that puck, and a great shot to the near side. Look at that. Jackman failed to cut off the angle, and Pulford got the goal.
And here we go with another hat trick.
That's right.
You're going to run out of hats tonight, Bart.
Send out for some more.
Scored by number 20, Pulford. Assist, number 7, Horton. Time 16:15.
The official time is 16:15. Pulford from Horton, and that's Pulford's 13th goal of the season. Wayne Hillman gets it through to Marshall, over here to Gilbert. He takes a shot. Bauer stopped it to Pulford. Ahead for Eddie Schack. Straight down the ice goes Schack. Over the line. Dumped by Nielsen. Has it along the board. Doesn't want to give it up. Play is called.
I wonder when the last time 3 hat tricks occurred in one game. We'll have to find out.
I will say that for the next broadcast. Wade Hillman back in his own zone for New York. 3 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the game. Pass to Gilbert. Ahead for Marshall. Marshall getting in on the left side. Passed it right in front, and Gilbert couldn't get to it. Here's a chance for Marshall, a shot. Bauer stopped it. Gets it ahead to Eddie Schack with Pulford. And he just couldn't get it through. Here comes Marshall back for New York. Over the blue line. Back to Gilbert. Trying to get around Hillman. Pass it back to Nielsen. Right in front to Marshall. Hillman lost it. There's for Gilbert. And Marcel Pronovo comes up with it. A long pass for Schack. Pulford leaves the ice, and Keon comes out. Horton back. To Eddie Schack. He let it go, and Horton. A pass for Keon. Keon races down the ice. Trying to go through the defense, and Mike McMahon breaks it up for New York. Ahead to Nevin. Over the blue line. Nevin was checked. Keon failed to get out. Nevin took it out. Over to Howell. It's Stanley, and it's Keon back. To Mahavlich. Mahavlich turning in his own zone. Coming out himself. Up to center. Up to the Ranger blue line. A pass to Keon. Keon stops. Falls. Mike McMahon's on top of him. Hatfield is back out. So is Boyer. In the lead zone, Nevin had it outside and shot it in again. This game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. 1 minute and 17 seconds remaining in the game. Toronto Maple Leafs 8. New York Rangers 4. Ellis for Boyer. Boyer gets in over the New York line. Passed it in front. Selby was waiting, and it's Nielsen passing to Hickey. Over for McKenzie. Marcel Pronovo lost it. McKenzie checked by Ellis. Marcel Pronovo ahead to Selby and Boyer. Boyer back to Selby. Goes to the board. And McKenzie tries a pass for Hickey. Nowhere near him. Hickey gets it this time and shoots it right to Larry Hillman of the league. For Ellis, on to Wayne Hillman's stick. Then Boyer checks a Ranger player, and Selby gets it in the New York zone with 30 seconds remaining. Pass back to Nielsen. Coming up the ice to center. 21 seconds. Over the Leaf line. Stop. Boyer gets it up for Selby. Missed a check from Wayne Hillman. Hickey back goal for New York. Pass to Nielsen. Over to Hickey. Over the line. Marcel Pronovo steps into him. Ingerfield has it with 3 seconds. A pass to Wayne Hillman. 1 second. There goes the bell, and the game is over. At the Leafs scoring 4 goals in the final period. After it was a 4-4 tie after 2 periods. And so the final score of tonight's game, Toronto Maple Leafs 8, the New York Rangers 4.